Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to more Zero Hour. Welcome back to another Pro 1v1 match. Today we are here with none other than ExCaL against ViViD. Another one of their replays. Now I've been doing a lot of theirs lately, but it was the, like I said, the grand final of a massive tournament lately, and I picked out all of the chunky games. We don't have a GLA mirror, which is excellent. Down in the south, we have ExCaL with the USA vanilla in the purple color. Up in the north, we have ViViD with the GLA in the green. Now, I don't know for sure. I'm going to guess that this was ViViD's matchup. In this particular tournament, you could choose your favorite matchup and map, and then the other person would do the same as well. But you had a few vetoes. If you didn't particularly like a map, you could veto it. You start to play the same matchup, but the particular map could change. But I have a feeling ViViD has chosen this one because he's both very strong with the USA and with the GLA. That said, ExCaL is too. But I think maybe ViViD thinks he's stronger, and that's particularly why he probably would have picked this. I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm guessing that. But ExCaL dropping down a firebase over on the left-hand side. He has gone for a boxed-in dozer, which is pretty much the standard nowadays. I remember actually the days when everyone used to play Tournament Desert, and they were doing the triangle box. And it's funny, like, I think Rage invented it. I think Rage did invent this square box with the supply like that. And now it's just like completely standard. But I do remember the days when that changed, when I first saw it, and I was like, oh wow, that's decent. Better than the triangle box that people used to do. Used to have the dozer tucked in between there with a barracks and a war factory like that. More out in the open, let's say. Technical comes in for ViViD. Does drop off 2 terrorists. Hits the firebase. It is a tech RPG. So he has 3 RPGs in there, and that V is sent running away straight away. The Schnook's actually moved out of the way temporarily. ExCaL trying to pick off this worker, and does actually. That's kind of an important thing. It probably will get finished anyway, but ideally you want to stop as many GLA tunnels as possible in the early game and try and deny him that map control. Another technical comes in. I think this is the same one though, isn't it? With the RPGs inside. It has got 6 RPGs in. Something I've seen ViViD do many times actually is come in with a few more technicals and a few more RPGs than normal. Like some players will bring in like 1 tech RPG, but ViViD will sometimes bring like even 3 or 4 and a load of RPGs and really make it a proper trade-off with the Vs. Just kind of camping this situation at the moment. He probably will evac them here and try to pick off 1 V, but actually just decides to run away. He has expanded to a nice fast third supply, so the pressure is on ExCaL now because that firebase obviously got taken out. There is another firebase over here. Oh, the dozer survived. Well, the dozer died as well, but ViViD has got that fast third supply, so his economy at the moment is 50% greater than the USA. I think the USA Chinooks do collect slightly faster than like 6 workers actually, especially when it's only collecting on 4 workers. So it's probably close to 50% faster, a greater economy, but probably not quite. But at the moment, in terms of real damage, ExCaL did lose the firebase, but he is re-establishing it. The dozer didn't get picked off. ExCal's now got a pretty formidable V army. But these technicals are certainly keeping ExCaL busy and keeping him in position. 1 missile defender goes for some laser lock on the technical. Second arms dealer is now up for ViViD. Yeah, but no Vs have been taken down. And all of the Vs now are on 100% HP. No economic damage whatsoever. ExCaL going to try and move out now. But it's all going to come down to this. The defense here. Is that a TNT? Don't tell me that's a TNT. Ooh! It is a TNT. But doesn't really achieve anything. Bit unfortunate that he just ran straight into the big V army. The thing about Vendetta is that it is kind of open. You need tunnels everywhere to stop the Vs possibly getting to your base. So it's going to come down to the defense now of just mass technicals probably against these Vs. So the Vs are trying to move in. Technical's going for the wraparound. Does evac a lot of RPGs. But ExCaL, I have a feeling, is just going to keep going, running around. ExCal's actually looking like he's going to bring in another army. He does bring in a Crusader. 1 V goes down. 2 Vs go down. That's actually a nice little move there from ExCaL to actually bring that in. Very rare to see that, but actually bringing a Crusader and an extra V at this point probably does make the difference. Because I think there was a good chance that those Vs could have been completely stopped if it not have been for the extra V and the Crusader. These battles can turn sour for either player. at any moment. Just the slight miscalculation. Here comes the technical inside of ExCaL's base. ViViD is still producing. Ooh, 1V went down there from the splash damage. Could come back to haunt ExCaL later on. Is that a tech RPG? Not quite sure what that is. But the technicals now surrounding the Vs. They are getting funneled into a bit of an awkward situation, and a lot of technicals there are going down. ExCaL is in an awkward situation now for ViViD. This is a TNT, and doesn't kill anything. That's a bad TNT there for ViViD. ViViD really needs to deal with this. It does not want to lose both arms dealers, but it looks like he will eventually clear this up. There's a lot of RPGs here, but ExCaL keeps running away. A lot of technicals going down. Another... Oh, no, not another V falls, but the 2 Vs are extremely low, at least. Ambulance now moving in for ExCaL. Gets the crush on some units, but not a lot. Not the greatest of micro. One thing I will say about ViViD is it's super, super strong, but due to the distance of playing him, he's in... was it Malaysia? I think he's in Malaysia. ExCaL in the UK. And then yeah, even though the ping is sometimes like 10 or 15, it's not the same 100% as playing on a 10 ping with someone in the UK and someone else in the UK. There is a slight slow motion to it. Only very slight. It's not enough to complain about, but it is a slight difference. And if you've got someone like ViViD who's used to playing every single game with that slight delay, because everyone he plays with is located in a faraway country, so 100% of your games are played at that slight slow motion speed. Even though it's still fine, but you saw that micro there. Was that due to lag or not? And then you've got a player like ExCaL and me and other people who are used to playing UK or UK Europe and stuff like that, where it's literally 10 and you can micro literally anything. Is that a slight advantage then for the player who's used to playing in that slightly slower speed? That's one thing I have noticed, but I don't know if it's enough to be putting the other player off. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Or if it's even an advantage at all, or if I'm just talking complete rubbish. But yeah, it's not like playing in exactly 10 ping. Although usually the ping is pretty good. Anyway, ViViD is doing really well now, and A10 comes in on one of his oils. He did secure both oils. Palace has been built over on this right hand side. He's got himself a fake black market, and now he's on Palace and buggies. You're imagining that these will be able to be taken out by the buggies from range, like we see all of the time. We're gonna need a Colonel Burton probably from ExCaL. Quite a funky game so far. ExCaL's got himself a third, although it's about to be a second because his actual second is about to be mined out. ViViD just scouting over here on this left-hand side. That is an important supply that probably the USA is not going to be able to get for a while until this whole position is cleared out. But because of that bunker, because of that palace and these tunnels, that's going to be pretty tough. Whoever thinks about engaging this bunker. Just taking out the brute force way, and the V is now moving out for ExCaL. Got himself an Avenger. I think ExCal's in a difficult situation anyway. I just don't know if an Avenger is the best way of spending your money. He's USA vanilla, so that costs 2,000. I mean, maybe one Avenger to deflect some of the buggies. But, I mean, if you've got enough buggies, the Avenger doesn't really do anything. And the Avenger always needs to be in position as well. Like that V there is vulnerable. Tomahawk there gets taken out. I mean, what you see Size do to handle the buggies, which I think is probably one of the best ways to handle it in the game, is use Colonel Burton, which we're seeing there, of course. See a lot of people do that, actually. But Size actually makes vanilla Raptors. and tomahawks. I mean, you're always going to be in an uphill battle against quads and buggies. And ExCaL is now losing this left-hand side. Buggies clearing up everything. B's now pushing on the right-hand side. Both oils there have gone down now to the Colonel Burton. And the ExCaL wants to push this position. Yeah, I'd be interested, you know, to hear from the other expert players, like ExCaL, Size, maybe Hawkeye or Boyker, Fargo, if playing with that slight delay impacts the game whatsoever, or am I just absolutely talking nonsense? It could be that I'm talking nonsense. But there is no doubt ViViD is a super strong player. There is no doubt about that. And ExCal's built a particle cannon. See, ViViD is comfortably winning this now. Buggies are clearing up pretty much everything, as you'd expect. ExCal's trying to make some kind of composition to combat this. He tried to make like one Tomahawk. He's trying to make a few Avengers here. I'm just wondering if the money is spent in the best way. Because that's a 5k building. And I mean, look at the size of his army. He's floating like 4k though. Could spend a bit more of it. Like, if you got rid of that and made an airfield with some Raptors and maybe invested into some more Tomahawks, maybe more Pathfinders dotted around and more missile defenders, would that be a better way? I don't know. But the buggies either way coming in, trying to pick off some stuff. The Avengers are doing some good stuff. They are saving the occasional V. ExCal's trying to collect from this position, but there are two quads there, and both Chinooks there fall. Jarman Kell is here. This is what I mean about Pathfinders. Where are the Pathfinders? I think it's because he invested into pure A10. He is now level 4, though, which is just recently. So, yeah, 2 shots now for the Vet 2 Jarman, apparently. Gets himself a Vet 2 Pathfinder. A10 comes in, but a little bit of a desperation shot. I don't think there's any way ExCaL can win now. He's also floating 7k. ViViD also floating nearly 10k. Strategy Center goes down. There's a Ranger over here, but it's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Bar Cannon is not going to get to fire because the power there gets taken down. And ViViD is looking very, very good. It was looking really good in the opening, like, kind of, what mark was it, like 5 minutes when ExCaL was pushing here with that big V army. ExCaL has been defeated. But yeah, when he was pushing here with that big V army, when he did that drop. But ultimately, that massive attack did get cleared up eventually without doing too much. I think he killed one arms dinner. I think he got the other one down to the hole. So, yeah, very, very strong performance there from ViViD. Like I say, I think it was his matchup choice. And I also think he's very strong in that matchup. And yeah, you'll often see him do like kind of one TNT in the beginning. And then some people will bring in like one tech RPG. And it'll have like one tech with 4 RPGs in it and a worker, or 5 RPGs inside of it. But you often see ViViD gather more like 3 or 4 technicals with loads of RPGs in it and use that as a big attack. And I think actually it does have a bit more of an impact. It's tempting to do that single tech RPG with like just 5 RPGs inside of it. But actually, if you wait and do like 3 or 4 RPGs, it sometimes can have a lot more of an effect. You can win like the whole battles against Vs, even with decent micro. And yeah, really secure a position. Like you can move in on one of the USA supplies and just kind of camp it with all your RPGs and your technicals and stuff. So yeah, very, very well played from ViViD. Very, very strong performance indeed. Let me know your thoughts and comments about everything I said in this video, and see you in the next one.